Hello, BTS lovers. In the spotlight, Jungkook is always full of energy and passion. However, who could have thought that behind the resounding success and dazzling fame, this young man would also have to face tough challenges outside the entertainment world? Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS who is currently serving his military service in Division 5, is now facing a much more personal and emotional struggle. Despite serving his duty with dedication and merit, there was one thing that troubled his heart and mind: the deep sadness of being away from his family and from BTS, who had completed military service first. Jungkook is known to have extraordinary abilities in everything he does, including in military duties. Most recently, he gained considerable prominence as a cook in his unit, a role that demonstrated his skill in working with hands and hearts. Many don't know that his cooking skills are quite well known among fellow BTS members, but in the military, Jungkook proved that he can be more than just a pop star. What is even more surprising are his achievements in the military field, where he earned several awards thanks to his great dedication in undergoing training. However, there is one thing that seems to disturb Jungkook's heart at every step. Although he was surrounded by his comrades in arms, there was a sense of loneliness that deepened when he remembered his family at home, especially his father and mother, who had always been where he sought comfort. Not only that, his closest friends out there, BTS members, one by one began to complete their military duties, leaving Jungkook alone in a field that was not always easy. As we know, other BTS members, such as Jin, Suga, and RM, have already completed their tasks, and although Jungkook continues to try to stay strong, the feeling of loss is inevitable. Have you ever imagined what it would be like for a world star who used to be surrounded by thousands of fans and always on stage, to suddenly have to feel such deep loneliness? Jungkook not only longs for life before the military, but also for the existence of BTS members who always accompany him every step of the way. When Jimin, his division mate, saw Jungkook silent and pondering, he knew that his friend was being squeezed by feelings that are difficult to describe in words. Jimin, who is also serving in the military, has always tried to be a loyal listener to Jungkook. In fact, even though they were in a challenging military atmosphere, Jimin never stopped telling old stories, good memories with BTS, and their time together on stage. However, behind these conversations, Jimin knew very well that his friend was struggling with feelings of longing and deep sadness. However, what happens when Jungkook shows his fragile side in front of Jimin? Is there anything wrong with this normally invincible young man? What makes him so emotional? Such moments often reveal the human side of idols that we often see only as figures who are not touched by everyday problems. Jungkook, known for his cheerful personality, this time revealed how hard he endured the unbearable feeling of longing for his family. To some, this may sound like a minor problem, but for Jungkook, who has spent most of his life on stage, this long separation is an emotional test that is not easy to face. Not only his family, Jungkook also misses the little moments with the BTS members. No more laughing together in the rehearsal room. No more warm hugs after a concert full of joy. As the youngest member, Jungkook often feels that he is part of BTS's inseparable extended family. As he watched the BTS members finish their military service and return to the entertainment world, the feeling of loneliness deepened. How does it feel to be the only one still in this harsh terrain, with unpredictable distances? Perhaps most fans do not realize how much sacrifice must be made by Jungkook in undergoing military service. They only see him as an idol who is always cheerful and full of spirit, but behind the scenes, there is a journey full of challenges and sadness. When Jungkook talks to Jimin about his feelings of loneliness, it's not uncommon for him to find it difficult to hold back tears. However, Jimin is always there to give him support and encouragement, even though he himself is struggling with similar problems. Of course, this is not just a story about Jungkook feeling lonely in the middle of military service. This is the story of how a human being who looks strong on the outside actually has the same vulnerability as the rest of us. A Jungkook who is able to entertain the world, but behind his cheerful smile, there are feelings that cannot always be expressed in words. What can we learn from this story? That even idols feel the same things as us: loneliness, longing, and an inner struggle that is not always visible on the outside, However, it's not just sad feelings that haunt Jungkook. Although he felt homesick, he still tried to carry out his military duty with a sense of responsibility. Every day, he tries to remain a professional person, even though his heart often feels heavy. As he reminisces about moments with BTS and his family, he also tries to remind himself that all of this is part of life's journey that must be lived. Jungkook never forgets his ultimate goal, to become a better person, not only as a member of BTS, but also as a human being who fulfills his obligations for his fans. This story may feel heartfelt, reminding us that behind all the glitter of the entertainment world, there is a human side that must be appreciated. Jungkook is not only a star, but also a young man who is growing, learning, and struggling with feelings that we may all have felt. With the support of his best friends like Jimin, Jungkook tries to stay strong, even though feelings of sadness continue to haunt him. However, what is most surprising is how he continues this journey, even when the world feels lonely without the presence of those he loves. Will we see another, more open and emotional side of Jungkook in the future? Will Jimin's presence be a source of strength for Jungkook to continue to survive in the midst of this grief? Or will he be the one who will make him stronger and wiser? All these questions will probably be answered over time. However, what is certain is that we, as fans, will always support Jungkook in every step of his life, both on stage and off stage, in UPS and downs, and in every walk of life he walks. Are you ready to support Jungkook, not only as an idol, but also as a human being who continues to fight in real life? Perhaps it's time for us all to look deeper, beyond the glittering glow of the entertainment world we've all known. We all know how incredible Jungkook is on stage. With a stunning voice, unrivaled dancing ability, and undeniable charisma, she has achieved countless successes. However, as he wears a military uniform, we see a different side of him. In a world full of highlights, military life gives him the opportunity to experience customs far from the glitter of the entertainment world. All the feelings that he had hidden for years as an idol are now surfacing. No more big stages, no more thousands of fans shouting his name. Inside the barracks, Jungkook is an ordinary soldier who also feels longing, anxiety, and other human feelings that we might not expect. Jungkook's military life was not only filled with routine tasks. There are moments that feel so heavy, especially when he thinks of the BTS members who have finished their obligations and returned to the world they temporarily left behind. As is known, the other BTS members have already completed their military service, Jin, Suga, and RM, while Jungkook is still serving his duties. In this solitude, he often feels like something is missing. As the other BTS members returned and began their new journey, Jungkook felt isolated in the silence of the barracks. There was one moment that Jungkook will never forget when he got the chance to talk to Jimin about how he felt. Jimin, who is also in the middle of his military service, becomes the only friend who understands Jungkook's feelings. The two shared many stories, reminiscing about their good times with BTS. However, behind the laughter and jokes they share, there are moments of silence that illustrate how heavy the feelings they carry.